but sometimes I have to because, oh my gosh. In the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 12, he says that they'll go dim and they go in dim. Lord have mercy. Try to, no, okay. But it is happening. I don't like it, but it's happening. All right, so he wants us to love him. We already know that he loves us, right? Pretty much, we've heard that all of my life you have been faithful. All my life we heard that. But he says, to love me. Hear, O Israel, that's the first part of that. And that the Hebrews quote, even to this day, in Israel, right? They quote it like it's a daily thing. To keep that. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one. Or hear, O Israel, Yahuwah our God is one. I like that when you put his name in there, Lord. At least you got Yah, we got Yahweh, Jehovah, you got all kinds of things. I'm like, well, I ain't going to go through that. But he knows, Yah, anyway. You are one. And it says, thou shalt love him. And it say for him to love us, love him with all of your heart. Now, this is okay. He wants us to love him with our heart. He wants us, and I think it was in John chapter 15 the last time I was talking about. I just want to share something I had in prayer, but this is my prelude to what I have to say. This is your heart. Here's the female part, the one with the plastic. But if someone else comes and they want to take over teaching or something, and I may not have breath in my body, they may use this. I don't know. They may say this is the male part. I don't know. I just kept it like this because it could show the difference of which one I've been using the most. But that was, you can see it's dirty. All right. Dirty. Just dirty. Just got a dirty mind. Lord. This one's halfway clean. One's going to take the plastic off. Lord, protect us, Father. Protect us. Guard your heart. That's what he said. He said, guard. It's in Proverbs. Guard your heart. And say, guard this heart. This guard about the chest and skin and muscles and ribs. He said, guard your. Well, this is regarded too with the skull, but these imagination has to be guarded. And what comes? It's amazing how everything comes through this right here, the brain. The brain. I was talking to a young lady today. And John Trey. It's amazing how this right here this muscle, yuck, but it can put pictures in this body, and it has all these electrical wires that are hooked up to it. It's not a lot right there, but it's got a lot of electrical wires that go to it, and it has certain parts of the brain that just moves the right side. And then certain parts of the brain just move the left side, and the legs and stuff like that. And we don't have to make it think it just does it because it's just automatic on what it's supposed to do. This right here, this can hold the time I can recall since when I was little riding big wheels and stuff to where I could drive dump trucks. This holds that. Storage. My storage is empty. We got to empty out, say, I am available. We got to make it available to him. It's not like it doesn't remember the stuff. You just make way for him. And this is amazing. This brain. And love him with this. Love him with your soul. That pretty much everybody in here knows my voice, right? So that's your soul. Because your soul is what comes out of your mouth. The breath. It's your breath. But it's his breath that we breathe. And I think it's amazing. If it wasn't, we hear the trains, we hear birds, the mosquitoes, when they want to try to bite you and all that kind of stuff, and flies, we hear that. And we share his breath. Like the dogs and the cows and the snakes and the alligators and the orcas and all that, we all share the same air. We share the same water. Unless it's going into the ground, but it's just constantly running. It's just constantly running. What the song says, for it reaches to the highest mountain and it flows. And I thought about it. We talk about the blood, but then I looked up and I was like, Father, wait, we've been on a mountain in Damascus, I think, and there's been water, a lake on top of a mountain. I'm like, what? For real, y'all. So then most water, it goes down. So, so his blood does the same thing. It reaches to the highest mountain, and then it flows to the lowest valley. His blood does the same thing. His blood that gives me strength from day to day. Water does the same thing, don't it? Yeah. It would never lose. Water doesn't lose its power, neither does blood. Oh, yes. Okay, well, it seems like I'm not excited for this moment, but it's the truth. So this has to be changed. This has to be changed. Be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So just the same way as you want to get better with your life, you have to start different practices. You want to lose weight, you ain't going to keep eating the same stuff. You're going to change your diet. And then your body has to come in this routine. It takes discipline. And then after a while, it gets easy. Like, this is just what I do. I remember us doing the Daniels diet years ago. Oh, Lord, it was years ago. And Lance, I can't remember the soda. It's been so long, but he had drunk soda and stuff. And then after that, he drank water and juice just during that moment, during the Daniels diet. And that boy, to this day, has not went back to not one soda. Not one. And me, Lamont, he drinks Coke and stuff. I drink Mountain Dew. And so Lance is still like thin because he's putting water in. I got Mountain Dew growing in the belly and coming to the sides. And Lamont has the same thing. He don't tuck his shirt in. I tuck my guys this way, but he lets his go out because his weight is changing. Does it make so water? It does right. So anyway, the point was I was making that Lance disciplined himself, and now it's just what he does. He just refuses. He won't drink no. They bring soda. No, I'm not doing that. And not that he's being mean about it. His body is just used to that. Yeah. And he disciplined himself. He got trained. Now he just does it. It's just a lifestyle for him. It's the same way with when we let go of things, habits that are not healthy for us. And I was telling Cheyenne yesterday, and I was talking to her. She's Kenny, I was saying Takia's sister. And when you start loving him, when you love him, you'll let go. When you love him, you begin to let go because you don't want to disappoint him with our behavior. And it's really not disappointment. It's the fact that I'm going to say this. You just want to have a relationship with him. Not because you're just a religious person. You just want this relationship. And when you get a relationship with him, you're going to make sure that he's happy because he's going to make sure you're happy. Yep. So that's what you want to do. So it's all about that. All right, let's jump to this tree. Last time we had this plant, we were talking about John chapter 15. And we were saying connected to the vine. He says, without me, you can do nothing. If you stay with me and I stay with you, you can have what you. But the word says abide in King James, but when you work that word down, it means dwell, stay, just be so close to him. And without him, listen to what I'm saying. Now, this is not, he's having this conversation after he's done had the Passover feast, and they're all sitting around in the room, and he's telling them, y'all, I know I've sent the Holy Ghost back, and he's going to come. My breath is going to come. He's going to lead you and guide you in all truth. He's going to show you things. He's going to bring all things back to your remembrance. Yes, but stay with me. That's in the next, what we call chapter. Stay with me. If you disconnect yourself, you will not grow. Okay, so if you notice something, I don't know if y'all can really see it well. The shade of this looks different than that. Can you see the difference? Can you see the difference? Yeah, because it's disconnected. Oh, yes, it was connected at one point. Now it's starting to decay. Yeah. After a while, it'll stink and everything else. Here's one little piece. This already done dried up. Yeah. Yeah. Because it's disconnected. So, but as long as we stay, and I took the piece off of it, as long as you stay connected to Him, you will flourish in your life. Stay. I don't do this a lot, but everybody, can you just say stay? Stay with Him. Stay. Just stay. Just stay. Just stay. Because when we have things that are connected to this, the wrong verbiage, the wrong songs, the wrong people, this is what it causes us to be disconnected to Him. It does. It causes us to be disconnected. He doesn't want that for our lives. You do exist, you will. But He says, without me, you can do nothing. Oh, the adversary, he can offer you the world, and he does. Because he even told him when he came to the flesh, he said, if you just bow down, I'll give you the kingdom of this world. He told him that. So when we see people are flourishing and all that kind of stuff, that's because they living for another master. But that does not mean that they have His peace, His graciousness, His favor, His love, His character. That stuff like that will pass away. It's going to pass away. It's going to pass, and it passes away anyway. While you're living, it still passes away. And you're disconnected to Him. He says, stay. I don't know how I'm trying to make this, but He just says, stay. Stay. Stay with me. It's a conscious effort. This is the thing about this. Living for Him is not difficult. He said, take my yoke. I ain't got no yoke right here. But take my yoke upon me and learn of me. You got to learn them. So when you get connected with people, you want to learn who they are. So learn them. And for my yoke is easy because He's going to yoke up with it. So when even nowadays, when you have two oxen and one is younger and the one is older, the older ox trains the younger one what to do because he's been treading for so long. That's what it has to be with when we get with people that's in our lives. You get with people who have a relationship with our Heavenly Father. Or you can get with people who are like this, who are just churchgoers, but don't have no relationship with them. And they look dry as I don't know what. They live dry. And they entertain worldliness. Yes, they do. A carnal mind, it says, is enmity against God. So it literally fights the ways of love. Because God is love. God is love. He's love. He's love. And so when hatefulness and ways of things of that nature comes into our life, it's just because see if you're connected or not. This is going to grow. Oh, yes. And it can get bigger. And the more we nourish it with water, I haven't put any water since I left. But anyway, the soil still looks sort of wet. But the more you nourish it, the bigger the vine is going to get. He says, stay connected to the vine because we're the branches. And the branches, you're going to produce fruit, but stay. Stay. Your lifestyle will change. It's not like, it's not magic. It's called relationship. So relationship grows from day to day. It will never, that relationship will never lose its power. I know it's talking about the blood, but the relationship will never lose its power because you're staying connected to Him. And He's a person. He's a man. And He's not far away. He said, I will never leave you nor forsake you. I will be with you even to the end of this age. He said He would do that. All right? That's what He said. Let's move on. I'm almost done. So, someone if you can get 2 Samuel chapter 22, verse 31, and then we're at Psalms 18. So it goes, you're perfect in all of your ways. You are perfect in all of your ways. You're perfect in all of your ways to us. You are perfect in all of your ways. You're perfect in all of your ways. You're perfect in all of your ways to us. Then you're a good father. But we're going to be dealing with his perfectness. All right, Psalms 18. Anybody have that? Psalms 18, verse 31. And then 2 Samuel, someone again. 2 Samuel chapter 22, verse number 30. So I think it's Psalms 18, verse 30, not 31. Sorry. All right. All right. Who you have it? All right, read. Does anyone have a different version besides ESV? Oh, okay. Well, you read first then, King James. Verse 30 of Psalms 18. Does everybody have Psalms 18? Everybody turn to Psalms 18. All right. Everybody say yes? All right. What version you have? Okay, we'll read that. What? You have what? Oh, okay, yeah, I think she's gonna have that. So go ahead and read King James. Now I like that part. As for God, that means something else has been said. But as for God, but we ain't gonna talk about the stuff before. But as for God, what? You're perfect in all of your ways. Yeah, you're perfect in all of your ways. You're perfect in all of your ways to us. Read it. The words of the Lord are pure words, pure words, pure words. The words of the Lord are pure words. The words of the Lord are pure. Like silver, that's a verse, that's a Psalms. Like silver tried in the furnace of the earth, purified 7 times. Like silver tried in the furnace of the earth, the words of the Lord are pure. That's a Sunday school song I learned years ago. All right, finish it out. He's a buckler. A buckler is like a small shield, not the full body shield. It's just a shield just enough to protect the torso area. All right, and we'll talk about that sometime soon. All right, so see, this is the TT. Sorry.
This God, his way is perfect.
Oh, it says this God. She said, as for God, but this God, his way is what?
Perfect.
Wait, did yours say perfect? Okay, King James says perfect. Yours says perfect too? Oh, okay. Read on.
The word of the Lord proves true.
The word of the Lord. Now, a lot of times we think, what most people think when we say the word of the Lord proves true, what do we always go to? Say it again. One more time. The Bible. It's not that. It's talking about his speech. That's what's been tried in the fire. Put that Bible in fire and see what happens. Smoke. It's going to do that. All right. But anyway, it was dramatic on that. But the word is really what he says. His word has been tried, has been tested. What he says he's going to do, he's going to do it. And he never fails. And so it says, he never failed me yet. He's never failed me yet. Jesus Christ has never failed me yet. I want the world to know everywhere I go, Jesus Christ has never failed me yet. Not yet. And I've been living a long time. All right. All right. Who? NLT? NIV? Or? His word is what? That's the first one I think I heard. That's the one of them. His word is flawless. He's a shield and he's a buckler to them that trust in him. All right, does anyone have another version? Okay. All right.
God's way is perfect. The promise of the Lord has proven to be true. He is a shield to all those who take refuge in him.
All right, his promises are true. All right, so I don't know if someone with your phone, if you can find this version in NASB. NASB. If you found that version, it would be great as I'm talking. He's perfect. But what I love about it is that his actions are complete. You know, his actions are complete. They're whole. They're fully effective in achieving what they're supposed to do, rather than just with error. And a lot of times we look at the word perfect, which means like there's no error in it. Anybody find the NASB? Did you find it? All right, you're gonna read it like you got something in your, a good spirit in you. Read that. What? Wait. That's what I wanted. As for God, his way is what? Blameless. His way is blameless. It's not like he's gonna, when he does something that they may not have some kind of, when he uses like Jacob, Jacob had some error in him. But his way was blameless because he came to be Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. And Jacob's name was changed to Israel. And he was a prince and no longer was called Jacob no more. But yet Jacob was blameless. Oh, we can be blameless and not be perfect. Understand what I'm saying? Yes. So when we sing the song, he's perfect. He's blameless in his ways. He's blameless because he does everything absolutely, positively, completely holy, good. Like there's no there's no like fault in what he's doing. Like, because he can take a mess and make it right, and then make that guy or girl or woman or the situation blameless because he was in it the whole time. All right, so here's something that you'll know he gave it to me. Y'all remember when Dinah, the Jacob's sons, Simeon and Levi, you remember them? And they, Amalek, I forgot that guy's name, but he raped her. He raped their sister. All right, and so they had a trick. They was going, you want to marry my sister? And you did all this, And Jacob didn't know nothing about it. And they told him, Simeon and Levi told his family, you go and you the foreskin. You're going to what is that called? Circumcise. Yeah, we're going to circumcise you, and you can have our sister. You can have her. Again, their dad didn't know nothing about that, so they circumcised themselves, and that was the sacrifice for them to have Dinah. And when they did that, two people, Simeon and Levi, destroyed that whole camp in the Canaan. Now, when we read it, it reads like, oh my God, they were not doing well. That this is just crazy. But when you read in the book of Jasher, it says this was the will of God. And he gave them the idea to do that. So he's perfect. And when you read all Jasher like that, you'll see that them boys, they conquered the land before they came back. They had already conquered the land of Canaan before they even left for Egypt. So, but that's the story that goes along with that. But what I'm saying is, it was the will of God. And he does things like that. All right. Are y'all learning or am I boring you? How much time I got? What time is it? 7:05. All right, give me 10 more minutes. All right. So that's what happened right there. So he is perfect in his ways. He's blameless. All right? He's blameless. Now I'm going to read again. His actions are complete, they're blameless, are whole, and fully effective in achieving what it's supposed to do, rather with error. He doesn't do, not the error is not involved, it just makes it blameless. He's perfect in his ways because he knows how to make things right. He makes it right to where lives are changed completely. And it's when a life is changed or changed, that's it. There's no turning back, no turning back. There's no turning back when your life is fully changed. And when he's in it. Because remember, there can't be no fault in what he does. There can't be no fault. No, because his ways is blameless. All right, so the Hebrew word for that word perfect is T-A-M-I-M. 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 For the word perfect, which means there, like the entire day belongs to him. There's a full group, unblemished sacrifice, fulfilled commandment, complete commitment. That is what is blameless. He makes it happen. He makes the whole thing. I'm going to read it again. His actions are complete, blameless, whole, fully effective in achieving there rather than just with error. So the word there means the entire day is complete. There's a full group, comma, unblemished sacrifice, fulfilled commandment, complete commitment. Last verse. Should tie it all up right here. Matthew chapter 5, verse 48. He's perfect. He's blameless in his ways. That's the part I want to get. And his way has been, his word has been tried. The word has been tried, or his words have been refined. He's a shield. He's a buckler to all those who trust in him. Trust in him. So the entire day. So when I say the entire day, like, we say, this is the day the Lord has made. Or we rejoice and be glad. And we say things we don't get happy or nothing. Just be sitting there telling something. The entire day is for him. Like the whole day that has happened. You will say, how's your day doing? I've had a bad day today. No, your whole day has not been bad. That's not true. One, because you got to use the bathroom. Huh? Oh, hello. Well, that's a good thing. You was drinking, throwing a Big Mac down your throat. You put your glasses on. Hey, you got your car was driving. And you walk it. You understand that just because an event seemed like it was major does not mean it made the whole day bad. So that's what I'm saying about that word, the full day. It's a full day. So the whole day, that regardless of what it is, that whole day, he can use it and it's good. Be blameless. He's perfect. He's so if you read Psalms 18, you'll see how it's bragging about David is even in. Did we go Samuel 22 verse 31? Oh, who's got that one real quick? Oh, okay, just go back to that. But it says, so David writes that psalm because he's now freed up from Saul and his enemies. So he's bragging about how our Heavenly Father has done these awesome things. Now, listen, tomorrow, I'll give my life. We always say tomorrow, but what about today? Even the rest of this day, you'll see the ways of God. You know what we do? We look for moments, like a moment with our finite thinking selves. Just short-minded. I don't know, if you look up to the sky, look, he says, heaven is my throne. The earth is my footstool. John Trey. Yes? John Trey. Look, if we look up, now don't look up to the ceiling because it's limited. But when you go outside and look up there, it's limitless. Now, I say to myself, good God Almighty, what kind of throne is that? How huge he is. For real. The heavens is his throne. And the earth, and it's gigantic too. When I'm in the plane, I'm like, golly, it is humongous. It really is humongous. And it's not one of the biggest planets, I think. But the earth is big. And the earth is his footstool. So there really is no limit to his ways, because that's why he can use anything. If you can use anything, Lord, if you can use anything, my God, you can use me. Now, I've seen this man was preaching. And when I was in California, he was the head organizer of this conference called Exodus. Now, I learned that this man, he walked away. This is what he did, y'all. He disconnected himself from the vine. And when he did that, he got into everything. He said at the age of 20, he was doing heroin and everything. This the preacher man had tattoos and all that. Now and then he went to the prison to preach in the Philippines, and he was sharing his testimony how he was showing. I think he called it tracks. The tracks on his arms where he had shot up and showed them that their lives could be changed. And then 1,000 people in the prison, I think it was 1,000. Okay, were baptized in water. Because he showed where he came from. And then I'm like, what? And then the man now is leading the conference. And you couldn't tell. And then, well, when I eat dinner with him, I seen a little star tattoo on his hand. But he keeps it covered up. But he has this testimony of that. And then I seen another woman. They called out of the pews. I told her to come in there. And it's like, look at her face. Come here. It was like her neck was just full of tattoos. Her face was fully covered, and how she was. I mean, her face was at the time they were saying fully covered, and because she's getting herself together because she just wants to look better. Slowly but surely, she's getting them pulled out, the tattoos pulled out of her face because she's trying to make a difference in her life for that. And they were saying, she says it's very painful, but she's doing it because she's going to try to make it change. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. And but thank you. When we say connected to him, our lives will be changed. And it brags about how his way, is blameless. What's the point I'm trying to make? It don't matter what you've done. I was seeing all kinds of people like, what? Leading in the and praising and living a life change. And some were tattooed up and everything, all kinds of walks of life. And I'm looking at this about close to 700 people. And I'm saying, we are just, Father, you are using us in a way, Lord. All of us have walked some kind of way. But as for God, his way is blameless. And he is still using us the entire day. You know, he has a fulfilled commandment about our lives because he has spoken it to us. It doesn't matter how far. He don't let us go but so far. Because what he has spoken into you before he created you and put you into your mother's womb to get your flesh to live in this. He knew how far, and I can't let him go but so far. Because his word, that's why his word is tried. Yeah, because some of them, they came back, they did a whole lot of stuff from, I think, 2 of them I heard, from 17 to 25, and a lot. They didn't think they were so, felt like they were so unworthy, but he used that whole thing. His way is blameless. It didn't say it's without error. It just said it's blameless. Woo! That's why he's perfect. That's why he's a good father. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, because he uses the whole thing for his glory and for his kingdom to draw other men. He said, and I be lifted up. I'll draw. And so people, they'll see the ways of our Father in us. So he's lifted up in our lifestyle. Yeah, and that's what he does. All right, so let's go. Who had 2 Samuel 22? All right, Sister Shirley, read that. All right. Flawless. His words is flawless. So I just wanted to let you read. He also wrote it in Samuel, which later turned on to Psalms. All right, the last one, Matthew 5, verse 48. You got that? Matthew 5, 48. Who's got it? Okay, we'll read that. Yes, ma'am. Be perfect. And I always thought, wow, God, be perfect as your heavenly Father is perfect. Well, but I got to understand on that. It means just he's looking for full devotion. That's it. That word there means full devotion, not being perfect, there's no error, but you're fully devoted to him. And his perfection deals with maturing and fulfilling a goal. That's amazing. Because we think that perfect is there's no error, but his perfection, what he does, It matures us and it fulfills a goal in your own personal life and those who are, when you're connected to them, someone's like, there's fruit that comes from your life. Fruit. Oh, it says the fruit of the Spirit, or the fruit of His voice, the fruit of His breath, the fruit of His wind. So when you have that in you, it's all the nutrients, good and love and joy, peace and temperance. All that's the characteristic of the vine. So if He is living in your brain, in your thoughts, when you see yourself act up, you're going to immediately, you're going to get it right because it's not His character. And if he said the covenant, and I'm done, the new covenant, He said, the new covenant that I'm putting in is going to put my voice in your head. Now, I'm not going to deal with the stones anymore, man, and talk verbally because they just didn't want to keep it. But when He's here, He teaches us how to live for Him. Well, yes, He does. It's in Jeremiah chapter 31. He teaches us. He said, I will teach you. And you don't have to have a man to tell you, know the Lord. I'm going to show you how to know me. Because He'll talk to us. He'll talk to you. And so He said, the Holy, you won't have to, I'll show you things. I will bring all things back to your remembrance. I will show you how to live right. He'll show us what to put down. He'll show us what to put up. Because He'll give a picture. He'll talk to you. All right here. As for God, His way is blameless. And His way is blameless, and His word is flawless. No error. Because it's been tried. And He makes a way. All right. I've said some things. So what did we learn tonight? All right, Sister Shell. He has a goal. Oh, yes. You got to remember when David writes it because David was like, what is going on here? From the time the man was anointed at the age of 17, and he was in the king's way, playing for him and everything, then Saul changes and then chases him until he becomes king all over the country of the promised land. I love you. Chase him all over, Lord. So He shows him, Lord, His way is blameless. He has an awesome way of how He does things. And His words have been tried. And the whole time He was going through, He would always ask, He would pray and ask Him, is this going to happen? Should I go there? Should I do that? And His words were leading Him everywhere He needed to go to keep him living. He can't die. He wasn't going to. But the whole time, His relationship was growing with Him. All right, anybody else? Yes, ma'am. Stay connected and you will flourish. Yes. All right, anybody else?